everybody, today I'm going to show you how I made a beautiful little Christmas sweater for my Smont doll using nothing but a sock. So first things first, you want a good size sock, about this size, like large, as big as you can find essentially. And then right at the ankle here, you're going to make a cut. And then this is going to be the top part of your Christmas sweater. Now right here, you're going to make a little cut. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And these are going to become your armholes. Just like that. Okay, we'll put that aside. And now we have the toe piece. Now right near the ankle, you're just going to cut that little ankle part off. Just like that, and cut just the tip of the toe, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half. And that's my kitty meowing in the background for attention. Okay, so these are going to become our two arms. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to sew the arms first. And you'll notice around the toe, you'll have those two pointy parts. You want to straighten that out by just cutting it so you got a nice straight edge. Do that on the second toe as well. Okay, now I'm going to ready my needle and I'll show you what sewing technique I use to sew. I do all of my hems using a blind hem, and I'll show you what that is as well. So we're going to use a blind hem on our two hands, and at the very end I'll show you how I did it along the rim here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and thread my needle. Okay, so the needle is all threaded, and I'm just going to use a nice white thread for this. We're going to prepare this for a blind hem. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip your work to your bad side. You're going to fold it down like this. Then holding that fold, you're going to flip it to your good side and fold it again. Ta-da! And then what you're going to do is you're just going to sew all along this edge like this. And what I do is I use what you would call a blanket stitch or a locking stitch. And I'll show you how I do that. So you're going to go into your material like that. Then you're going to go over one like this, and instead of pulling it all the way through, you're going to go through your little loop and you're going to pull, and that's your first. Now I'm going to go ahead and go across on this one and the second arm, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, now that I am done going across the edge, you'll see what it looks like. You're going to sew the whole sleeve essentially right now. First of all, you're going to flip it and kind of straighten it out. You can see that nice little cuff forming. That's what I love most about the blind hem. It gives you a nice cuff. And then you're going to fold it together like this. Make sure everything's folded. Make sure your cuff is up, and we're going to sew all the way down using the same technique. Now, you don't have to hand sew. You can do this with a zigzag stitch on the sewing machine, or if you have a serger, you can serge it as well. The only thing is there's not a lot of fabric for serging, so if you're going to serge, just know that it might be a little bit tighter. That's why I prefer to hand sew it. So I'm going to go ahead and hand sew this whole sleeve, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we're done sewing along the edge of our arm, just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare to attach this arm to our body piece where we cut those armholes. First things first, you got to turn this inside out. Just like that. You can see where the armhole is. We'll choose that one to sew that one now. Then you're going to take your arm and you're going to turn it to the good side. Just flip it through. Get my little needle out there. Okay, so now that our arm, the good side, you can see what the cuff looks like with that blind hem. It looks so nice. We're gonna go ahead and put this inside of the armhole. Now point your seam look down because you want to hide it. So we're gonna go ahead and pop it in the armhole like this. Just tuck it in. Start to sew the arm to the body piece. So using the same technique, we're going to go in, make sure we get both pieces of our material, and go down a little bit because there is going to be some fraying that happens when you cut the sock. And we just keep going around, pulling the sleeve in. Put your needle in, go in through the loop, and pull. So I'm going to go all the way around. You're going to do the same. We're going to finish this. So I'm going to go ahead and finish sewing this one in, and then I'll show you the next step. Finished sewing all around, and now the arm is attached. So we're going to go ahead and just pop it out of the armhole here, just to see what it looks like. And everybody should be, or everything, I should say, not everybody, everything should be on the wrong side. So that looks great. So what you guys are going to do is sew your second arm and attach your second arm, and then when everything is done, we're going to flip it to the good side, and I'm going to show you how to do your last hem. Alright, so now I just finished the second armhole. We're going to go ahead and turn everything to its good side. There we have it. The arms are attached. Looking pretty darn good so far. And we're going to start the bottom hem. Now we're going to do a blind hem also for the bottom hem. And you do this by first folding it in. And depending on how big you want your hem, I want it about yay big, so fold it in to about the length that you want your hem to be. And then after it's all folded, you're going to flip it again like this. And you'll notice it completely flipped all the way around. And you're going to sew all of that. So you're going to sew along this edge all the way around. And then when you're done, come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, when you're all done sewing around, the last thing you're going to do is flip it like that. And you'll have your nice blind hem. And then take a look at your wonderful new sweater that you just made for your smart doll. I'm going to go ahead and try this on Suki and take a couple of new pictures. But it's just, I don't know, I just love these. And the best part about these is they come in so many different prints. So you can do many different types of Christmas holiday sweaters. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was really helpful. And I hope you have the opportunity to make a couple sweaters on your own.